Thank you. Well, fighting procrastination is a tough thing to do, but this morning our next guest will help you do that with some very simple steps. Helene Segura, she is a productivity expert for Living Order San Antonio, and she is here to help us. I know we're a little late on this, but we were off on the weekend, so we don't have our show. Now, a lot of people just feel like, okay, I can do this. I'll just do it last minute because I feel like I do things better that way. Do you hear that a lot?
Oh, yes, and everybody procrastinates.
Okay.
It's human nature. There's nothing really wrong with it unless you're doing it constantly every single day.
Okay.
Because if that's the case, then you can miss out on opportunities. If you're late with everything, you can jeopardize relationships. And even worse, procrastination actually hurts your body.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's talk about that. So we're going to fight procrastination this morning.
Right.
So how can we change this stressful habit?
Well, even before understanding how to change, first you need to understand why you're doing it.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why you might do it is because you don't know how to do something.
Okay.
Or maybe you don't like doing something. You could have perfectionistic tendencies. You might be overscheduled. Or maybe you just like the rush that you feel and you say, oh, I work better under pressure.
Yes, yes, which a lot of us do that.
Yes. However, when we work under pressure, what's happening is we're getting this jolt and the body's telling us, oh my gosh, we need to finish. We just have hardly any time.
Right.
And what's actually happening is cortisol is being released into the body. So if you have cortisol being released every once in a while, it's not a big deal. But if it's happening a lot, every single day, that's not a good thing.
Isn't that the stuff that gets in a woman's stomach, and they always say that's why women tend to get a little bigger in their stomach as they get older?
Oh, why, yes, it is.
Okay.
Cortisol does a lot of bad things. It can cause high blood pressure. It can lead to stressful eating, which leads to the weight gain.
Yes.
And over a long period of time, if you constantly have this, I mean, look what it's doing
Yeah,
to
it's
this.
turning it dark, which is not good at all for us.
And so it leads to cognitive malfunctions, which means you don't think as clearly. So if you're constantly procrastinating, this is actually what you're doing to your body.
That's not good at all.
No, it's
okay,
not.
so what's next? What can we do?
Well, what we can do is, if you are procrastinating because you don't like to do something, then maybe you can give yourself your own motivation. So if you won't stop procrastinating because of this, then maybe you can use some tools like listen to music.
Oh, okay.
As you're doing the work. You know, if you really don't like to do something, make it fun. So if you like music, you can
like
do
whistle while you work. That's why that little song was good in Snow White,
exactly.
right? Okay.
Or you could use a timer. So you can force yourself to pay attention for maybe 15 minutes at a time, and so that way you can get the work done.
Instead of doing a whole 24-hour period, a 12-hour period, or an hour, you just do small increments.
Exactly.
Okay.
Why be miserable doing it for such a long period of time?
Yes.
So just break it down into small increments.
All right.
Now, if you're procrastinating because you don't know how to do something, then what you could do is just be honest with yourself or with the person who asked you to do it and say, I don't understand. You know, can you show me how to do this?
Explain it again to me, perhaps, right?
Right, exactly. Now, if you're a perfectionist, you might be procrastinating because you think, oh my gosh, I can't get it done perfectly, so I don't want to do it.
Okay.
And so for procrastination, you know, it's really hard for perfectionists. You're just going to have to tell yourself, it's okay if it's not perfect. It'll be okay, Monica.
Yeah, because I feel like that with the baby's closet. It's the only place I haven't really gotten into because I feel like I want to have it all done and done right, and that's a hard part of it.
Right, and 90% is still an A. Even if you're at 80%, you know, that's still in the B range. That is still fantastic.
Helene, I want 100. I always want 100%.
I know you do. You got to give yourself a break.
So those are the ways we can stop. What else do you have?
Well, if you like to work better under pressure, then what you might want to do is try to change the feeling of, oh, I like that rush, to I like the feeling of relaxation when I'm finished early.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a different kind of feeling, but it's much more pleasing, much more relaxing, and you're not doing this to your body, releasing all of that cortisol. So set yourself a premature deadline. Instead of giving yourself the deadline of the last minute, set it maybe a day earlier, 2 hours earlier, so you're not rushing up until the last minute.
Yeah, I'd say 3 days early if you're going to procrastinate. That's always a good thing. All right, if people want to get in touch with you, they can find you at Living Order SA. The phone number will be on your screen right now. There it is, 892-4990, livingordersa.com. Fight procrastination, get your life in order. That is what Helene does, so you can contact her to find out more information. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Monica.
Now I'm going to go ahead and read this a couple of seconds earlier than I was supposed to.
Hey, that sounds great.
All right, good. All right, coming up, we're going to find out what happened to the Cowboys yesterday and the big history-making move that Tony Romo made even in the loss.